We are in 2 North Riverside Plaza in Chicago, Illinois.
For the first day of Naked Juice's Power Garden, which is the world's first garden powered by social media.
The garden is going to be live for the next 2 months through the rest of the summer. We're growing every single vegetable that is included in Naked Juice's 2 new products called Berry Veggie and Tomato Kick.
The idea behind the garden from the user perspective is that people can walk up to the garden and, unlike a usual installation where it's very much look but don't touch, we're proactively encouraging people to reach out and interact with the plants. There's a high level of tactile engagement here.
We think this represents a new type of interaction, something that's very current where you're affecting the real world through digital means, or we're using digital means to bring life to real world objects that we're accustomed to, but that we never thought of as either being interfaces or as having personalities.
On site, we allow users to interface by simply walking by. Motion sensors trigger when users walk by, and we're able to play audio which draws them into the plants.
The plants themselves are used as capacitive sensors, so we run very simple, gentle, not harmful current through them. And when users touch the plants, we're able to sense that through an Android tablet. And that Android tablet not only updates its screen in response to the user, but it has a whole mood depending on the weather, depending on how many times it's been touched, and it'll display charismatic audio that it plays through some really neat speakers that are actually embedded into the walls of the garden to create this really lifelike audio for each plant. And each plant has its own individual personality and reacts in a different way when touched.
You can also tweet to the garden and the garden will tweet back. You can just have a bit of a conversation with it, or you can actually make it rain and help water the plants using any number of words to do with rain. By growing a garden in this way, we're actually enabling people to take part in it, and they're actually contributing to looking after the garden, whether it's watering it or giving it other kinds of attention. They can actually take pride in it growing and actually feel like they're a part of it.
Chicago was selected because it's a market that really resembles the spirit of what the brand stands for, and the kind of down-to-earth Midwesterners here certainly would appreciate a living, breathing, social media powered garden. Naked Juice is a brand that really stands for organic, fresh, healthy. As a client, they're really fantastic to work with, and someone who firmly believes in walking the walk to showcase how much this movement, how much fresh produce, how much eating organically, living healthily means to them as a brand.
A lot of times with projects like this, they're really one and done. It's a day or it's 2 days, and to get to evolve with something and get to continue to work on something and get to really grow something is really exciting for us. The plants are very small right now, and they're going to grow over the next 2 months and blossom into full bloom. And we really want to provide a finale that really takes that into account. So there's going to be a big musical number and perhaps some other elements, but really we want it to be about the culmination of the urban gardening process. And so we're looking to work with a really awesome charity that Naked is already partnering with called Wholesome Wave to do an event in the garden where we have kids come in and actually help us harvest the product of the garden and then take part in it and enjoy it.
We've been absolutely overjoyed at the response we've received today at Riverside Plaza. Everyone walking past has been either double taking to see what's going on at the garden, a lot of people stepping up to it and interacting with it. People can't believe that they can actually walk up to the garden, and by touching it, the plants will react and the vegetables will give them some sort of an emotional reaction. So people are really enjoying that two-way conversation.